Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear children, this is the continuity of biosphere lesson. In this lesson, we are going to speak about the nitrogen cycle. Today, I think we can discuss and complete the nitrogen cycle. In the nitrogen cycle, the main source for nitrogen to the environment is the atmospheric nitrogen. This atmospheric nitrogen exists in the environment, atmosphere, nearly 78%. During nitrogen cycle, there are three events that bring the nitrogen into the environment. There are three events that bring the nitrogen into the ecosystem. One feature is biological fixation. In this place, you can observe it is indicated in this place, biological fixation. It is conducted by a bacteria. During biological fixation, N2 gas, nitrogen gas, is converted to this ion, NH4 plus ion, ammonium ion. So you can mark it down, N2 gas, arrow, NH4 plus ion. That is biological fixation. It is done by certain bacteria. No, all the bacteria can do a biological fixation. There is one bacteria called rhizobium. It's a very familiar bacteria. It will live in the root nodules of legume plants. It's a very familiar bacteria. And very prominent bacteria in nitrogen fixation. Another bacteria, they are called Azotobacter. Azotobacter, rhizobium, if you consider, there's a major difference there. Rhizobium bacteria can fix the nitrogen only when it stays inside the root nodules of legume plants. But Azotobacter bacteria can do it without cooperation of any other organisms. It can freely do it. Rhizobium can't do that. Root nodules are compulsory to do it. That is regarding biological fixation. Another fixation you can see here is atmospheric fixation. In the case of atmospheric fixation, it is not a biological process. It is conducted by lightning spark. Lightning spark is the reason for atmospheric fixation. During atmospheric fixation, atmospheric nitrogen gas, N2 gas, is converted to this ion, nitrate ion. Nitrate ion. Okay. That is atmospheric fixation. So during biological fixation, N2 gas is converted to NH4 plus. In the picture, the arrow is not correctly marked. During atmospheric fixation, N2 gas is converted to NO3 minus ion, nitrate ion. Another fixation is that it is called industrial fixation. In the industrial fixation, human involved. We human take the atmospheric nitrogen and make them to chemical fertilizer. In the chemical fertilizer, there are nitrate ions made by human. These kinds of fertilizers are the one nowadays banned in Sri Lanka. So, when you add the chemical fertilizer to the soil, soil receives nitrate ion. So, altogether, three processes. In the three processes, two processes are natural processes. One, it is an artificial process. Okay. Industrial fixation is an artificial process. Right. Now, let's try to understand this middle part. In the middle part, what can you see? It is a conversion happening one below the other. Dead remains of plants and animals. After we die, after plants die, their bodies, dead remains of plants and animals. And excretory products, that is not so common for plants, but very common for animals. Our animal urine, animal feces, okay, they are subjected to a process called decomposition. This decomposition gives you NH4 plus ions. So, to soil, NH4 plus ions can be received in two methods. One method, dead plants and animal remains, excretory products subjected to decomposition can form NH4 plus ions. And that single process, this single conversion process is called ammonification. So during ammonification, dead plants and animals' bodies, excretory products are converted to NH4 plus. Actually, they are first converted to amino acids. The amino acids will be then converted to NH4 plus. Okay, right. Now, what happens to that NH4 plus? NH4 plus by microorganisms is converted to NO2 minus. I mean, I'm speaking about this process. NH4 plus is converted to NO2 minus. It is done by a particular bacteria called Nitrosomonas. It is bacteria's name, Nitrosomonas. Similarly, NO2 minus is now converted to NO3 minus. That is done by another bacteria called Nitrobacter. So one side Nitrosomonas does the work, another side Nitrobacter does the work. These two steps, NH4 plus converted to NO2 minus, NO2 minus converted to NO3 minus, these steps are altogether called by the name nitrification. Okay. Thereafter, if you go to the left hand side, another two arrows are shown to you. In one arrow, actually it is NO2 minus absorbed by the plants. It is nothing written there. You can write it down. Absorption. Who is absorbed? NO3 minus ions are absorbed by the plants. In the plants, they will be converted to plant proteins and nucleic acids. Okay, plant proteins and nucleic acids. When animals eat the plants or another animal, okay, it is turning to animal proteins and nucleic acids, right? So when animals and plants die, their dead bodies are undergoing decomposition, and then ammonia is made, and then NO2 minus is made, and then NO3 minus is made. Correct? These types of processes are again and again going on. When all these ones are going on, the last part, that is NO3 minus being converted to atmospheric nitrogen, this process, right? This process is also done by a bacteria, denitrificating bacteria. The process NO3 minus getting converted to NO3 minus getting converted to N2 gas. It is called denitrification. Okay, so I have explained you these processes. Now, once you come to the note, first note, it is regarding the biological fixation. So biological fixation is conducted by some free-living microorganisms like Azotobacter, certain symbiotic microorganisms like Rhizobium. Rhizobium live in the root nodules of legume plants, and they convert atmospheric nitrogen to NH4+. Second, it is atmospheric fixation. Here, lightning contributes. N2 gas is converted to a nitric oxide and nitrogen oxide. Your book says, okay, that nitrogen dioxide, okay, nitrogen, you have to include this one, nitrogen dioxide dissolves in rainwater and forms NO3 minus ions. They reach the soil with rain. With the rain, okay, the NO3 minus ions are reaching the soil. That point you have to include in under this. Although I have not written in the tube, you have to include it. Okay. Third one is regarding industrial fixation. We human, we take the nitrogen, convert it into chemical fertilizers. According to this particular syllabus, that chemical fertilizer contains nitrate. When you add them to the soil, expecting more yield, soil is getting those NO3 minus. Then another process, that is nitrification. It is done by nitrifying bacteria. You know, nitrification takes place in two steps. Okay. First, it is ammonium ions are converted to nitrites, NO2 minus. Nitrites, NO2 minus. Okay. NO2 minus nitrites. Then nitrites are converted to nitrates, NO3 minus. Okay, already I told you. First step is conducted by the bacteria called Nitrosomonas, and second step is conducted by the bacteria called Nitrobacter. Then you know there is another process called ammonification. Ammonification, when you consider ammonification, is only a single step, but it's really two more steps there, but one step. nitrogenous compounds present in the dead bodies of organisms like protein, like nucleic acids, they are nitrogenous compounds. They are converted to ammonium compounds, ammonia coming. And finally, denitrification. Denitrifying bacteria, okay, they convert NO3 minus to N2 gas. And that is the opposite of biological fixation, biologic. It is the opposite of atmospheric fixation. This is denitrification. NO3 minus is converted to N2 gas. So that is the discussion regarding the cycle. So here what you have to do is using words, you have to complete this nitrogen cycle in your notes under the diagrammatical writing. You can mark these notes. So this is one part of the notes and this is one part of the notes. Okay. So I'm finishing with that one. Inshallah, tomorrow I will meet you again. Bye. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.